Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. I'm Bushka on Blitz, and this is the WZ-121B. Now, I've got two games for you today, two Tier 10 terrors, the WZ-121B and the T-62A. I have a bit of an issue whenever... Okay, I'm going to be honest here. I have a predilection for the 62A, and I have for a very, very long time. One of the dudes that I talked to on Discord, he makes 3D models of tanks, and he was like, hey, if you could pick one tank, what would that 3D model be of? And I immediately went, T-62A. And I realized then that that's because maybe, just maybe, it could be my favorite tank. I don't know. I can't be certain, but I think it might be. Anyway, let's not worry about that too much. Let's just keep on rolling and rocking. This is the WZ-121B. This is a great game. The Z-121B is an interesting one because it's the premium tank variant of the WZ-121. And what it's got going on for it that's a little bit different is it's got an extra degree of gun depression. It's got a 350 Alpha 105mm gun, and it's pretty much, apart from that, the same tank. Both the WZ-121 and 121B are excellent vehicles. Like, they might not be the best Tier 10 medium, but they've been improved upon and buffed in recent patches, which was something I called for when they first came out. I thought they were very weak when they first came out. Their DPM was just so ridiculously low on the WZ-121 that it could more or less be ignored, and that's fine when you're at a tier where, you know, 400 Alpha is special, but 400 Alpha at Tier 10 is not special at all. Like, that tank there has 400 Alpha. The IS-7 has more than 400 Alpha. Like, you get the idea. It's just not a big sticking point. They gave it a little more gun depression too, which was nice. Now, this is the 121B though. This is far more a blend of Russia and China, this one. This is a very different tank to the other two. Lovely bit of a high roll there. It is still a wonderful mobile tank. It still has a lovely turret, and it still looks very, very sexy. And something that most medium tank drivers that are good will do well regardless is really take advantage of those scavenging opportunities like that, where the IS-7 pushed up and he was isolated, and that was a great opportunity for our protagonist here to get stuck in and showcase how a mobile tank can tear apart a tank, even with one of the best armor profiles in the game. That's exactly what just happened. We saw it. You saw it. I saw it. Together we saw it. It's one of the reasons why so many people love driving these fast tanks. They're very, very cool when it comes to that. And I love doing these videos because I get given so many replays that I would like to feature. I just don't have the opportunity. If you do want to get your replay on the channel, this is the address to send it to. Now, make sure you include the tank type, the damage, the particulars in the subject line. It makes it very, very easy for me to pass through things. That Yag Tiger up there is in all kinds of trouble, and this is another reason why people love these tanks. They've got such lovely view ranges. They really do have the extended view range. The medium tanks in the game are your spotting champions in terms of just pure view range numbers. They don't have the camo of a light tank, but that gives them the ability to put shots like that in that Yag Tiger and not get spotted, even though they are clearly visible in line of sight, are invisible in terms of game mechanics. This has been a textbook drive by the young amigo in the WZ-121. He has given the red guys very, very little to go on, and he has spotted targets, and even here, right towards the end of the game, when it's 2-on-3, you just want to make sure everything is tickety-boo. He waits, resets his camo, waits for that Jaegeru to fire, and when he doesn't fire and just starts pulling back, he doesn't just shoot him, he shoots him through the drive wheel to track him. Looks cool. Oh! Just goes to show, even at this late stage of the game, those red buggers can still drop a surprise or two on you. That Yag Tiger was very, very aggressive there for a tank who is basically, you know, right on his last death's door. And that means that the Jaegeru is now going to start pushing down and having a look. The other two tanks on his team, two heavies, they're involved, but oh my goodness. That Yag rolled 800 with his AP and set him on fire, which is kind of tough. Pretty tough, I've got to be honest. Pretty tough call. Still in all, WZ-121B doing the business there with 6,529 damage. And it was crucially done on very, very good tanks. That IS-7 owes most of his hit point pool to the WZ-121B. The Jaegeru likewise, absolutely copped a flogging. Just an all-round solid as hell battle. And reflected in the post-match team sheets, as we can see here, if we have a quick squeeze, Bushka, 1,469 base XP, which is a lot of the base XPs. Now, this is Denzol. I'm told that this is Denzol. That's how he'll be recognised, and that's why I should call him Denzol. And Denzol is driving a T-62A. I don't know what that... You know what? This dude driving the T-62A is loving life. He's doing very well, and he'd want to do very well to top that last game by the WZ-121. I'm blocking the chat out there because there's an idiot on the other side, and that's basically why I'm blocking the chat. If you want to know what they said, you just go put your head in the gutter and you'll find out. This T-62A has a monster game here. This is such an old school tactic. I did videos on this years ago about baiting teams out on Fort Despair, because Fort Despair used to be dominated by people camping the corners, and it was a lot harder to get access to people who were baiting basically by capping this area here. And you could cap this area here in a 62A and be near on impenetrable with the way the turret was set up, but not so much now. Now, certainly there are enough TDs at tier 10 that can put big, high penetration shells into play that they can actually put some damage into you if you sit in that area for too long. But so far, the ones you'd have to worry about there, like the 183 and the T-110E4, they haven't really surfaced. And the Tort, while he is very, very accurate, is obviously a long way away, and he's firing Hesh just to reset the cap. And what he did there was not reset the cap. I don't know how that completely bounced, and it's done it again. Like, that's Hesh. That's high explosive. He's landed twice. That poor Tort would have to be just like, are you serious? I've hit him with HE twice, and it's not done a single solitary ounce of splash damage. And this is why you don't want to be the poor bugger who has to go and reset the cap. That T-110E5 did the right thing. Oh, man. And he got flogged for it. Hey, he was absolutely doing the business there for the rest of the team. There was no way that anyone else was going to get off their ass and help him. He drove up there to reset that cap and got deleted. And the damage has not stopped pouring out here. 2,600 damage, and we're only 2.5 minutes in. Great game so far. The Tort is praising the heavens as he finally gets a shot to sink, and now it's backwards and forwards with the 183 baiting again. That 183, I mean, that is super optimistic. That E4, he wants to go back to the garage. That's the only thing I can think of. He's got to get back to the garage. I mean, look where he is. The E4's got no hit points left, and he is still pushed up. I think that's an exceptionally aggressive play. Now, the rest of the team is behind this cap area here, but it's going swimmingly for Denzol. Denzol's got hit points for days. He's got lots of overlook. He's keeping everyone spotted at the same time. He's hardly visible to anyone else. Trying to get a shot into that 62A. Gets a lovely little sneaky shot in, and is still not hit. Like, pulls right back down and starts doing the whole thing all over again down here with that IS-8. And this is where the power move comes in, boys and girls. This is the power move. This is dropping the raw DPM love all over this IS-8. He doesn't have a clear shot. He's blocking the Tortoise from going anywhere. Finally gets a shot in. E75 pumps the IS-8. Denzol clears the Tort. Wow. 5,611. Still 2 tanks on the board, and the game's only been going for just over 3 minutes. Just on 4 minutes, actually. The 183 is there, and there is an ST1. Not a lot of hit points left on offer. How many of them can he get? Well, fair few by the look of it. He's up to 5,749 damage. That's a lot of damages, and he is screaming down. He's hungry for work. Really, really keen to get stuck in here. Not much. Oh, what a wonderful little bit of in and away there. Faked out one direction, went the other. and he is absolutely cock-a-hoop. He's got this ST1 all to himself. The 183's bounced. He's not going to get one reloaded in time. The DPM of the T-62A is shredding. All done, bar the shouting, and this is for the Top Gun. Thank you, mother, for the rabbit. 7,526 damage. Woo-hoo-hoo-wee. Too real for Denzel, baby. Good stuff. Great game. Really enjoyed that one. And great work. An old-style cap exploitation game on Fort Despair. I used to do that day in, day out. That was money for jam back in the day. 1,789 XP. That's a lot of XP for a tier 10 game. Well done, amigo. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you want to see more of those games, they're coming up this week. I'm going to be away, so I'm dropping a whole heap of great damage games while I'm off. No streams this week, just video. And yeah, make sure if you want to be part of the streaming community when it happens, we're getting over 300 people very often. We're still getting over 300 people on most of our streams, and we're getting about 20 to 25 patrons in the streams. And if you want to be part of that, join up to the Patreon program. That is patreon.com/Bushka on Blitz. Otherwise, look after yourselves, amigos, and have a wonderful day out there, and stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.